in the online, they are sitting in the offline classroom. So interactive virtual classrooms are possible with the help of AI. That is another advantage. Then remote learning tools. So many remote learning tools are there that will also help a student to get more understanding about the topics and to learn more in depth or to make a more in depth research also. So that is another advantage. Even nowadays, students are opting courses from foreign countries. And in most of the case, they are using automated system or AI-driven technologies to conduct the class, to distribute the course materials, to take the attendance, to evaluate the grades, etc. So online learning tools, remote online learning tools, that is also possible by way of AI technology. Then skill development. Now, every student, especially a law student, is studying for becoming a legal professional. And along with achieving legal knowledge, that student must have certain basic skills, especially lawyering skills. Now, one of the advantage or one of the use of AI tools is there are tools available which can be used as a stimulation, or you can use it as for mock trials, conducting mock trials, etc. Thereby, student will be able to develop his personal skills. So that is another advantage. Then predictive analytics and decision making. This is one of the very important established AI driven technology now, wherein whatever doubts you have about a particular legal situation or a legal scenario, you can ask that chatbots or you can ask that AI technology. Now, that AI technology or whatever AI tool you are using, they will give you an answer. So it will act as a good companion for you. Or in other words, it will act as a textbook, just like a physical textbook which contains all information you want. So whenever you want that information, you just turn the pages. So just like instead of hard copy, if you are having a digital device using this AI technology, you will be able to fetch the correct legal position. So that is what this predictive or predictions. Regarding any topic or regarding any complicated legal questions, you will get an answer. Then legal trend analysis. Suppose you have conflicting opinion or conflicting views regarding a particular point. Being a student, you may not be able to understand which position you will take, which side you will take. Now, if you use AI technology, it will help you to analyze the legal trend. So accordingly, you will be able to take a particular position. So that is another advantage. Then regarding the legal education, when it comes to use of AI tools, it can help the legal institutions also, which provides this legal education by way of automated administration tools. There are so many automated administrative tools which can help the law colleges, law schools, national law universities to more effectively do their administrative task, like grading and assessment. Now, when you want to evaluate an answer sheet, what we generally does, we will simply read it and correct it. Now, AI has the potential to evaluate your answer sheet. So once, suppose you have 100 or 150 answer sheets is with you, within 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or 1 minute, you will be able to grade that answer sheet with the help of AI. So likewise, administrative tasks can also be reduced. Even attendance. And there are institutions where marks are allotted for attendance. Based on the percentage of attendance, you will get the mark. Now, there are certain tools available. If you use that tools for taking day-to-day attendance, at the end of the day, without doing anything, this tool will tell you how much mark a student gets. And even student will also come to know what is the present position. With this particular percentage of attendance, how much mark I will get. So that is another advantage or use of AI in legal education. Then language translation. Nowadays, even our NDP also says legal education should be conducted in vernacular language. And even some universities are already offering legal education in their local language or vernacular language. But interestingly, most of our cases and international documents, etc., are in English language. Or even textbooks are also in English language. So, being a student of law, he can easily use AI tools to convert or to translate these languages into his own language. So there are so many tools. Even our Supreme Court is also using a particular software, SUAS. It's an AI-driven technology or tool to translate language. Otherwise, because whenever a case comes from different state to Supreme Court, it will be in different language. It may be in the language of that particular territory also. So to convert that language or to translate that language, even our Indian judiciary is also using software. Now there is a project also, in fact, launched or announced by the judiciary. They are going to issue judgments in different languages with the help of AI tools, so that anyone, any common man can read and understand the judgments of the Supreme Court and other courts. So that is another advantage of AI tools in legal education. Then legal writing and documentation. When you are drafting a case, when you are drafting a contract, or if you want to file a writ petition, or if you want to know how to draft a civil petition or a civil suit, there are AI enabled or driven technologies or tools like Kira systems, ROS intelligence, etc., will help you to write in legally or legal writing and documentation. So, with the help of these particular tools, a student will be able to easily draft documents. Even a student can draft a document for his own purpose or his own home or friends, etc., even before joining in the bar or getting much knowledge in that. With the help of these tools, he can easily make this documentation. Then research and development. Almost all the legal professionals, that is academicians and the students, are actively involved in legal research. And there are some people, they are doing PhD research work and some project research work. In that situation, there are so many tools developed with the help of AI, which will help them to complete their project very easily. Like CaseMate is there, Supasi is there. It's a portal created by Supreme Court itself for legal research. So this AI research tools will help a student as well as a legal researcher to effectively perform his task and effectively write. Even if you are not in a position to write with proper grammar, you can take the help of these research tools. They will give you a proper grammar with grammar, proper sentence construction. We have Grammarly software is there, even Quillbot, another software is there, even ChatGPT is there. All these will help us in making legal research very easily. Then we can collaborate with other research partners. Then finally, with respect to legal education, for continuing legal education also, one can use AI, or AI can significantly influence the continuing legal education. That means even after completing your course, if you want to know about the latest updates about a particular field, like some of the students after LLB, they will join in bar, but they may practice only in civil side. Now they may not be that much up to date about the developments in criminal side. So with the help of AI tools, a person can easily get the idea about the latest updates in that particular field. So that way, it can significantly influence the continuing legal education. Then, when I'm saying so many good things about artificial intelligence and how it can be used for legal education, be mindful about the challenges posed by these AI technologies. Starting from data privacy and security, this is a common challenge wherever AI tools are being used. In all those places, we can find an issue or challenge or conflict with data privacy as well as security. So the use of AI in legal education also significantly threaten the data protection, and it will always go in conflict with other legal requirements, and sometimes it will raise the concern of ethical use of the data. And another interesting problem which we all face in India as of now is infrastructure and accessibility. And most of the institutions are not in favor of implementing or not in a position to implement AI related tools in their institution. Maybe because of the shortage of technological infrastructure or maybe the financial issues, etc. But whenever the institutions are not in a position to use, or if the institutions are not properly using AI technologies for legal education, it will create a digital divide between the students studying in institutions where AI tools are being regularly used and the institutions where AI tools are not being used. So that digital divide may happen. So that is another challenge which we are all facing when it comes to application of AI in legal education. Then training and expertise. Though I have said there are so many tools available, very few people are aware of its real use. And very few people are aware of various AI tools. Now, that is because of that, the people, those who are managing this legal education, they lack expertise in using it. Unless and until you have some knowledge in how to use this, then only you will be able to take benefit of AI. It's not like calculator. You give an input, you will get an output with precision. But when it comes to AI tools, if you how wisely you are using it, that much good quality result or output you will get. If you are using not in a proper way, you won't get any better result from AI. So that expertise is required. Unfortunately, that expertise is now lacking. And there are no training being given to people actually managing this type of technology or people those who are expected to use or deal with that technology. Then resistance to change. There are so many people, they are not even ready to listen what is AI and how AI can transform the legal education. And they are not ready to accept the potential benefits of AI. And they will simply say these are all something which will adversely affect humans. It is true in one way or other way, the over reliance of AI tools, or when we are over depending on AI tools, it will affect our skill development. No doubt in that. It will be a dangerous situation if we are continuously using AI tools. At one point of time, we may lack the capacity or skill to decide by our own. We may need to depend for each and everything AI tools. But if you are using it in a wise manner, definitely you can take the benefits of AI. Then at the same time, ethical challenges are also there. Like who is creating this AI tool? Because it's an artificial, it's a creation, it's a technological creation. Now the person who how brilliant he is, based on that, that technology's output is also that is the person's brilliancy, the person how brilliant, the person who makes that technology, that is actually determine the quality of that AI tools functioning. So if the person is not that much brilliant, if the person is not much socially committed, the tool he may create may have some bias, it may have some sort of discrimination, some sort of unfair treatment, and it may sometimes adversely affect intellectual property rights of others. So, how this AI tools are being created and who created, what quality parameters it satisfies, all these matters while we are taking or while we are using an AI driven technology or AI tool for our legal education. So, these are the most important challenges, according to me, when we use AI tools in legal education. Now, coming to the second aspect of use of AI for legal profession, a general public, because law and legal practice is solely for the purpose of general public. Whenever general public needs something or whenever they are facing some legal problem, they need a protection or they need an advice. For that, we the legal professionals are there. Now, how this AI tools will help general public? First and foremost thing is compliance and regulatory assistance. As we all doing different activity, we may not be aware what sort of laws we have to follow, what sort of regulations we have to follow, what are the legal compliances, etc. Now, if I am involved in a market, if I am a market player, I may not be knowing what type of license I need to obtain, what type of compliances I need to have, etc. Now, in that situation, being a common man, I can simply use AI chatbots. And with the help of AI chatbots, I can see what are the things which are applicable to me and how to proceed further. So that is what one of the significant advantage for general public. Secondly, contract draft. Now, most of the people are interested in different types of commercial transactions. And sometimes you may need to create a document to support your transaction as a security. Now, when you are creating a draft, being a common man, you may not be knowing what are the nuances of that particular contract, how the terms and conditions should be mentioned, what all the component has to be included in that. Now, we have artificial intelligence tool like Logics, etc. They will help you to draft a contract. You just give your idea, and this AI tool will draft a proper contract, and that language will be very clear, not ambiguous, so that there won't be any problem in future. Then documents review. That is another important thing which a public required. Because when he receives a legal notice, when he receives a notice from a government office, or when he want to submit an application before another office, he may need to use or he may need to know certain legal aspects. Now, there are several chat AI tools like Luminance and everything. If you use that, whatever document you have, even if it is a legal notice or just an intimation, you can just use this AI tool and you will get an answer. And accordingly, without the help of anybody, you can respond to that. So that is another important aspect. Then, whenever a person facing a problem, most of the situation, people are reluctant to ask others what I can do and how I will do. Suppose I am purchasing a product from the market, and if I find it that product is defective, what I will do? I don't know. How to do? I don't know. And I am hesitant about asking people my issue. Now, there are chatbots which is created by AI. They will help you. Whatever be your problem, legal problem, you just ask them. They will tell you what to do, what you can do in that situation, and how you can do in that situation. So that's one of the very important thing that will help you. Being a common man, that will help a common man to take the course of law and thereby get the appropriate remedy. Then applicable laws. There are several AI tools like Elicit. They will help you. Suppose if I am a common man, I want to file a writ petition for a particular aspect. Before filing, I wanted to know which is the applicable law in that and how this law will be applied and what standard of proof is required for that. All that I can get through AI tools. So before filing a case, being a common man, I can learn which are the law going to apply, and if that law is applying, what standard of proof is required, what sort of things has to be given us evidence. Then the same way this AI-driven chatbots are there, they will tell you what previous cases are there. Is there any legal precedent similar to your case? So even before filing a case, being a client or being a common man, whenever I am facing a legal problem, with the help of AI tools, I can understand how to draft a petition. And once I will draft a petition, what all other things I will have to do, and what are the different stages involved in a case, and what law will be applicable in that, what standard of proof is required for getting my claim, and what precedents are going to apply. And finally, based on all this, what would be the possible remedy or outcome of my case? So, being a client, without seeking help from a lawyer, you can come to know when you face a legal problem with the help of AI. You can come to know if I will proceed, what I will proceed, and how I will proceed, and if I will proceed in that way, what judgment is going to come, what would be the end result of your legal process. So, by looking all this, a common man can decide whether to approach the court or not. And that is very important thing, in fact. Whenever you, being a common man, if you just ask to a lawyer, lawyer will always try to make a case. And he never said, no, no, we should not file a case. He will say, okay, we will file a case and try. Now, the lawyer may be knowing beforehand there is no point in filing this case. But still, since you approach the lawyer, lawyer will say, we will file the case and we will see during the trial. And once the court decides, we will go for appeal. Now, even prior to approaching the lawyer, if you come to know that if you file a case in such a manner, you will not going to win. The legal precedents are against you. Then you can avoid visiting the lawyer. You can avoid filing a case, and that will have two significance. That will save your money as a client and your time, as well as that will help the court to reduce unnecessary cases. So these are the advantages when a general public is using AI tools for legal field. Then, with respect to lawyers, now being a very active practitioner, legal practitioner, he needs to do so many activities. And for that, AI tools are there to help him. That is to automate. Like if you are a very busy lawyer, you may have different number of clerks, and they will be arranging the cases in a way like which are the cases to be called on that day, which cases will be called in the next day, like that they will arrange. And among those cases, which is more important and more relevant, and what are the things you have to do in the next week, all these ideas will be telling to you by the law clerk. But now, with the help of AI tools, a lawyer himself can do this very easily by automating his routine task. Then, being a prosecution side, same thing. As I said regarding the general public, when a case they are filing or when a prosecutor approaches the court, beforehand the prosecutor can get an idea what all things has to be done in this particular case, which all sections can be made applicable. And once we apply how to do that, and what are the applicable laws in that, and what documents has to be produced, what standard of proof is required, and what possible arguments are there, and what would be the applicable precedents in that case. And based on all these, what would be the possible outcome of that case. So, being a lawyer or prosecutor, you can beforehand, before filing a case, whenever a client approaches you and explains his problem, beforehand, within a minute or within a 2 or 3 minutes, you will get an answer. What would be the outcome of this case? And what all things has to be done in each stage. All these things will help a lawyer to practice in a very, very effective way. And it will save lot of time from lawyer. It will save lot of money from lawyer. And it will help the judiciary to decide the matter in a very easy manner because lawyer knows what to do in each stage. Accordingly, lawyer is appearing before the court. So the judicial process will also become very easy if we go by this type of AI tools. And you have number of tools which are being rampantly used in different countries in this regard. like law notions. It's an artificial intelligence tool created in UK. Most of the lawyers are using to identify which are the applicable law in a given situation. Then there is an artificial intelligence tool, Robin. This is being used to review the document. Like you have written a plate, whether you have missed out anything, whether you have to add something more, whether you have to delete something, you can take the help of Robin. Robin will tell you how far, how your document is good, whether there is any need for modification. Then possible arguments. What sort of arguments are possible from each side? There is an artificial intelligence tool which is being rapidly used in the state of California in America. That is case text. This case text is an artificial intelligence tool which is being used in California by lawyers to identify what sort of arguments are possible in this case. So the prosecution side or plaintiff lawyer can also get the arguments, and defendant lawyer also can get the argument, and they can easily find out what can be the counter arguments for that. So that is also another advantage. Then Lex Machina. This is another interesting AI tool which will help a lawyer to generate the precedents or the similar cases, very close similar cases to your system or your case. Then predictive analytics. There are so many judge boards created through artificial intelligence. They will tell you what would be the judgment. If you proceed in this way, how the case will end. What would be the end result. So this, if you get all this information beforehand, being a lawyer, you can practice in a court very effectively and you can save a lot of time and money. That is the advantage of using AI by lawyers. And nowadays, even lawyers are increasingly using online dispute platforms, resolution platforms, or ODR platforms. Now, there are several AI mechanisms or AI driven technologies which will allow or which will facilitate ODR mechanisms. So, being a lawyer, you can use ODR mechanisms also, and you can deal with clients sitting in anywhere in the country. So that is, these are the advantages of AI in the use of AI by lawyers. Now, coming to application of AI in judiciary, as I said, like lawyer, judiciary also performing several tasks. They are arranging cases for every day. They are taking cases in a preferential way, and there may be cases which has to be decided at the earliest, and there may be cases the delay will adversely affect the society. Now, being a judiciary or being a court, the court has to prioritize. Court has to identify which are the cases which needs to be decided at the earliest and how it can be proceeded. Now, for that, AI tools can help them. If AI tools is being successfully used, the judges can easily automate their routine task, and thereby they can save lot of time and they can settle or dispose the cases in a very fast space. Then case management. As I said, which case should be called first, which case is having more significance than other cases, the judiciary can identify with the help of AI tools, and accordingly they can decide the matter. Then what to do, how to do. In most of the cases, the judiciary may also in confusion. What should be done the next? What should do? How we will proceed further? Because both the applicant and the respondent may have conflict, and they may not agree to the court what to do and how to do. Now, AI tools will help you or guide you or provide insight in a given situation how you can proceed without causing any injustice, how it can be solved without causing injustice. So that is also another advantage of using AI in AI by judicial. Then, as I said earlier, with respect to lawyers and everything, applicable laws, standard of proof, and what are the previous cases, that is precedents, and what are the possible outcomes. Even a judge can also use these AI tools for analyzing the judgments. Now, suppose a judge is going to sit making a judgment, then he may need to verify number of documents. Number of documents, maybe large number of documents might have submitted in support of the claim and the defense also. And there may be witness depositions also, or some commission reports also. So judge is supposed to decide or render the judgment by reading all these documents, by looking into all these documents. Now, when they does so, sometimes human error may happen. Sometimes they may overlook, or sometimes unintentionally they may not give much attention to a particular document, and that may adversely affect the quality of the judgment. Sometimes it may cause injustice also. So in that situation, there are AI tools. As of now, it's not that much successful, but there are AI tools which is in progress, which will help a judge to render a judgment. At least it can guide the judges to decide a matter with precision. That AI tool will analyze all the historical background about that issue and all the documents, everything. So by doing all these analysis, AI tools can help the judiciary to render most appropriate judgment. Then finally, AI tools can help judiciary to make a prepared, make a structured judgment. Now, see, most of the judgments we are reading nowadays, even some students used to ask, some lawyers used to ask, what is the real, what was the real judgment in fact? Because the sentences are not in a, it may be sometimes very high quality language, sometimes it may be confusing. So after reading entire judgments of different judgments or different parts, people are little confused, or we may have a confusion. What is the exact verdict of the court? What are the reasons they highlighted for that? All these things finding out is very difficult task. Like the case Keshav and the Fardi, that is one of the biggest case. If you read the opinion of each independent judges, at the end of the day, you will have different confusing answers about the judgment. Even TMA Pi Foundation case, or earlier our Mandal Commission case, all these cases are, once you read, you will be in trouble because you won't be able to understand properly. That problem is there. Now, with the help of AI tools, the judiciary can deliver judgment in a structured way. That means everyone can, any common man can read and understand the content of that judgment. So that way, AI tools can help judiciary in deciding matters. So these are the three important aspects. As I said, sorry, four important aspects. Now, as I said, artificial intelligence we can use for legal education and research. The common public can use, lawyers can use, judges can use. Now, interestingly, these are all very wider topic, very broad topic, but we don't have time to discuss that much in depth. So I just gave an overview about all these aspects. Now, having said all these beneficial use of AI in legal field, I will just give you some idea about the challenges which posed by these AI tools. First one is data privacy and security. Every AI tool creates this concern because AI is functioning based on data, large or vast amount of data. Now, whatever the amount of data is fed to that particular agency, that particular tool, that will determine the quality of that tool. So the data is very much required. Now, when we use an AI technology, it may use data of different persons or institutions or agencies. So because of that, there is always a concern regarding data privacy and protection. Then ethical consideration, that is another thing. We are supposed to take decision. We are supposed to take action. But instead of that, we are asking a machine to take decision. And this machine lacks sympathy, empathy, intelligence, emotions, etc. It may have some sort of intelligence, with technical intelligence, but it cannot have emotions. It doesn't have sympathy or empathy, etc. So because of that, if we are replacing human brain with AI technology, that will create some ethical concerns. Then comes accuracy and reliability. As I said, we have number of AI tools, and most of them are being rampantly used in our society. But to what extent the results they are generating are accurate and reliable is a question. I will tell you, if you want, you can test this. Just go through ChatGPT and ask about something, especially a legal framework. You will get a response. Definitely, you will get a response. And it may cite a legislation also. But in reality, there may not be such legislation or case law. And it may refer some sections. That section may not talks about that particular point. So the accuracy and reliability is doubtful. There's a huge threat or danger in relaying the contents generated by AI. It may correct, it may not be correct. Then bias. As I said earlier, AI tools are functioning based on data. And who is giving data to AI? That is by the creator. And creator will always think, do actions in accordance with his conviction, his personal choice. Now, my personal choice may be in favor of a particular party. When I am creating a tool, I may use the data from my party only, or I may not use data from another party. Now, being a common man, he want to know the clear legal position. He will get a biased opinion. So that danger is there. Then there are no adequate training or there are no mechanism to enforce adoption of AI tools in this type of sectors. Then finally, the cost and accessibility. In nowadays, most of the AI tools, some are you will get free of cost for some time, but generally they are all very costly affairs. So even with this cost, there are some people they are using it. But this cost and accessibility issue may create a digital divide in our country. So these are the various challenges posed by AI when we use AI technology in our legal field. So I think I have come to, yeah, I have exhausted our time. We are on sharp time. So as I said, legal education or legal field can be transformed to a large extent with the help of artificial intelligence. And, it is having application both students' life, general public, lawyer, and the judicial. Even for legislation making also, AI tools can be used. So legislature can easily make a legislation. But at the same time, whenever this use of AI technology is helping us, like any other technology, it is having several drawbacks. As I said, data privacy, data protection, digital device, infrastructure, etc. So because of that, at present, we don't have a legislation also dealing with AI and its use. So in the absence of a specific legislation, if anything goes wrong with the use of AI technology, we will have to solely depend on the existing legal framework. But we know the existing legal framework will provide remedies, but it will take lot of concerns or lot of difficulties. But when it comes to artificial intelligence, if it is being rampantly used in legal field, there has to be a regulation. There has to be a proper guideline, like ICMR guideline for the use of AI in medical field, or WHO's guideline for AI while dealing with AI. So, like that, if our government can come up with a regulation which deals with use of AI in legal sector, it can, to an extent, avoid the problems or concerns raised by AI. And by addressing those concerns, the people, the lawyers, and the judiciary can easily take the benefits of AI. So, with this, I would like to conclude. And if you have any question, I'm happy to discuss. Thank you.
So thank you very much, sir, for your enlightening lecture on the artificial intelligence. So, participants, if you'd like to ask any question, you can ask directly to Dr. Anish, sir. Bhandarwar, sir, if you have any question.
No, no, sir. Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. Any other? So, Dr. Munok, sir, would you like to make any comment? Dr. Munok, sir,
Hello.
would you
Sir.
like to make any? Yes, sir.
Sir, actually, very insightful and informative information is shared by Dr. Anish sir. And I think the student of our rural area is now able to understand what is the use of artificial intelligence in practical way and in legal profession. So I'm very much thankful to Dr. Anish sir for his sparing his guidance on this newer topic and guiding our student on AI, use of AI in legal field. Sir, thank you very much for your guidance and your guidance on this newer topic, which is very foreign to us or our student in rural area. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you
So
so much,
thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Munok, sir. Ma'am, I would like to request Dr. Swapnil, sir, to please propose vote of thanks.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. On the behalf of Vidya Prasarak Mandal, Swatantra Senani Jawaharlal College of Law, Yavatmal, and our IQSC cell to organize this 1 week online capacity building program, I'm taking this opportunity to propose vote of thanks. Today's guest lecture, Honorable Dr. Anish Pillai, sir. I first express my gratitude towards the speaker. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation. And thank you so much for taking so much efforts to give enlighten us on the given topic, that is use of artificial intelligence. So in the legal field, this is a very important topic, and this is we can say the new demand for the legal profession. And you enlighten us in a very well manner. Your presentation was also very good. Your slide presentation was also very informative, and in a brief you cover all the topic of use of artificial intelligence. So thanks a lot, sir, on the behalf of college, on the behalf of participants who join here. And I'm sure this your topic will be very useful to all the participants. Thanks a lot, sir. I also express my gratitude towards our beloved principal, Dr. Vijesh Munoj, sir, who always motivate us, who always encourage us, who always guide us to organize the various programs in our college. And only because of his motivation and the guidance, we organize such kind of programs. So thanks a lot, sir, for being with us and your guidance. I also express my gratitude towards our IQC coordinator, NAC coordinator, and the architect of this program, Dr. Sandeep Nagrale, sir. Only because of his efforts, he make available all the resource persons like Dr. Anish Pillai, sir. So thanks a lot, Dr. Sandeep Nagrale, sir. I also express my gratitude towards all the teaching, non-teaching staff, and last but not the least, all the participants who join here and listen patiently. So thanks a lot to all the participants. Thanks a lot to once and all. And with the permission of principal sir and with the permission of today's guest speaker, I declare today's session is over here. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Dr. Pillai, sir.
Thank
We
you,
hope
sir.
that in
Thank you,
future we will have your physical presence for any event, any function in our
Definitely,
college.
sir. Definitely. Once I will be definitely visiting. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
sir.
thank you. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, thank
Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you, sir. Same.